Welcome everyone to be here. And tonight we have a special meeting. Actually, it's our training for GNS Youth Enhancement System. So we have a very special speaker today, and he will introduce the youth system. So before we start the meeting, and I'd like to remind everyone, turn off your cell phone or put it on the silence or vibration. So our speaker can continue do the presentation. In the second, don't walk in and out. So there's a lot of people online and watching this presentation. So if you have anything very important, then go behind. And the reason we have this training, because the GNS product is very important. And I met our speaker several months ago, and he is our member too. And he is a scientist and a professor. He's teaching in several universities, biochemistry, organic chemistry. He has a huge background. He will introduce by himself. Actually, I don't understand all the terms and the academic background. He will introduce, but he is very humble. When he signed up at GNS, and he said that he will study and will do the presentation for us. Now he's ready for us. Let's put our hand together to welcome him. John's mom. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Very happy to have a chance to come here to share with another knowledge with everyone. Today, we're going to give a presentation. This title of the presentation is called Value of GNS Product, Natural, Science-Based, and Clinical Proven. You know, GNS products are so good, wonderful product. So lots of people use them and get amazing results, but they don't know why. And lots of people, they want to use, before they start, they want to know about more information, some kind of scientific based information, how they can understand the product, what's the design, the mechanism, what's the rationale, right? It's based on what this product, it can work. So obviously we don't know everything, but we know some of them, right? You know, science is the way, as a human being, we keep digging out. So every year there are so many famous scientists that got the Nobel Prize. Why? Because they are pioneer to dig out, to find out the problem, to help a human being ourselves to solve, find out a lot of nature, find out something we don't know, and use this kind of advanced knowledge to help us solve the problem we encounter in our life. So that's critical. So here, the GNS product, you know, are based on most advanced scientific progress. So later on, you will understand and know that why those products, right, is the most advanced one. Right? This is based on just recently, couple years ago, that some kind of biotechnology, biomedical progress. First, introduce a little bit about myself. My name is George Ma. I graduated in 1991, got my PhD in organic chemistry. You know, organic chemistry is so important that we call this chemistry is kind of called life chemistry. Like our life, right? We eat food every day. This food in our stomach digest there. What happened? Chemical reaction happen over there. And we got energy from there. We got the most important nutrition from there, get into our blood, and it happened, give us energy, give us whatever we want for our life progress. So that's organic chemistry. So my major is on organic synthesis. It's if you know a chemical molecule, I can design the way to make it. Most famous scientist in this field is E.J. Corey in Harvard University. He got a Nobel Prize about 15 years ago in this field. So very famous. He designed and manufactured some kind of very complicated compound we discovered from different kind of natural purpose, natural product. And I currently working as a top scientific leader in Apotex Inc. Apotex is the largest pharmaceutical company in Canada. It's a Canadian-owned, not American company. It's a Canadian-owned. Our boss is a Canadian. It's only this largest one. Like Canadian people, in case you got sick, you go to see doctor. Doctor give you a prescription. Have a look at it. That prescription most you buy from pharmacy are manufactured by us. We have 3 manufacturers in Toronto. One is in Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill you can see. Richmond Hill side is manufactured that needle, some kind of liquid in dosage, right? Sprayed something like that. And I'm working in the headquarters in that Etobicoke, Highway 400 and Steels area. And my job is working, design something about the tablets, about the capsule. I've been working there so far 13 years. Now before that, I working in another company in Canada. Here in Toronto, it's what's called another Dalton Chemical Laboratories. I worked there for 8 years. So together, I have been working in Toronto for 20 years. So my job, in 2012, I published a book. This book is talking about that US ANDA new requirements and a case study. It's about how to design the pharmaceutical product, how to submit, get approval and production, something like that. We have 10 authors. I'm editor-in-chief. I'm almost half a book as author. So most is written by myself. And then also, I was Alexander von Humboldt research fellow. That was in Germany in 1992 to 94. Alexander von Humboldt Foundation was very famous in the world. It's the most advanced young PhD. You apply for that, you have to design the project by yourself, and you got approval. They give you the foundation to support your research over there. I was over there to get this kind of support and do my research for 2 years. And I did my postdoc research in University of California in Irvine. Irvine, you know, is a very beautiful place, right? It's San Diego, Los Angeles, you know that area, right? So Irvine is 40 miles south of Los Angeles. So, and also I did my postdoc research in Toronto, University of Toronto. That was 1995. It's over 20 years ago, it's a long time. And I work in another company, Dalton Chemicals. I was a manager. I was a principal scientist over there in 1996 to 2003, 8 years over there. And then started from 2004, I started working in that Apotex. During these 20 years, I'm not just one job working Apotex. I work for a couple of jobs. Another job I'm working on is I work as a visiting professor. So Chinese, you know, I'm a Chinese, right? Chinese, there is FDA as well. American, there is FDA, Food and Drug Administration. You know that, very important, right? Every drug you want to get approved, get a market, has to be approved by FDA. China as well. China called SFDA, State Food and Drug Administration. And I was invited as a visiting professor over there for many years. Every year, I was invited to go back there to China to give a kind of presentation, hold a training course. Usually in front of me is a couple hundred, almost 1,000 people usually. So it's a big training session usually. So I'm very get used to, like this case is my piece of cake. I've been done like this for many years. And go back to early time, in 1994, when I came just to Canada, immigrated to Canada, I was a professor of University of New Brunswick. You know, New Brunswick is a very east side of the coast city, right? It's in St. John over there. But that city is very quiet, so that's the reason I left there. So I came to Toronto after 1 year. And currently also I own my own company called Nature Remedy Inc. I design one of my own health product, which is help to get a better your blood circulation, get rid of another blood, right? We call that clot gum. One product I design has been approved by another Health Canada. Currently, we are arranging production over there. So it's also lots of things to do. It's lots of fun there. Okay. So this is briefly introduce myself. So let's talk about the product. You know, when people get sick, what you to do, right? You can understand that when you get sick, right, you have an option. If just very mild sick, for you said, okay, I drink more water, get some kind of fruit, whatever, right? Sleeping couple days, probably get better. However, if you get sick serious, you probably don't do that. You have to go to see doctor, right? When you go to see doctor what to do, right? Here in Western style doctor, they have to base on lots of investigation. In China, they use hand, hold you, to feel, to hear you, to listen, to see you, right? Watch you. But here, important is to do investigation. So they do analyze your body fluid. They take a little pee, even poo, blood to test it, right? Also, they do X-ray, they do ultrasound, they do MRI to do all tests. They're going to find out there is any problem or not, right? And then they're going to diagnose, they're going to find out what's the problem. They're going to from MRIs, from the emergency, or your stomach and there is some kind of tumor, that will be trouble, right? So they based on this one diagnose, and Chinese doctor pretty much based on experience, watch what well. But in Western doctor, they based on all these analyzing results, and then what do? Chinese medicine doctor, they give you herbs, give you acupuncture, this kind of method to solve the problem. Now, Western style doctor, they give you medicine, like advertised product, they give you tablets, okay, I give you this tablet, right? You got a cough so much, infection happen, you need antibiotics. But I tell you that antibiotics in Canadian doctor, right? They are so mean, they don't give you too often. Until you almost cough until you really can't tolerate it, and then they will give you some medicine, okay? So that's the case. So they give you medicine to treat your disease. And then if they found something serious like a tumor, the Western doctor is trying to cut it and take it away. It's a surgery. That is the most serious another way to do. But in Chinese medicine, you know, long time ago, Chinese medicine over 2,000 years. Think about it, as human beings, a big knowledge. Don't think about this one day you can have no job. It's over 2,000 years. So usually that way, they try to reverse back, try to give your herbs some medicine slowly, so make your another health reverse from sick situation backward to healthy situation. They don't cut something, don't take something, done something else. Okay? So from here you understand that if people get sick serious, big trouble, the doctor here is use a knife, cut something away, that's the most serious. Here tonight we want to talk. This is not the only choice. You have lots of options to take care of your health by yourself.